What about Manchester City? Last night, came from behind to beat Red Star Belgrade, but it was pre-match when Pep spoke that my ears really pricked up, because he spoke about last season and having won it, albeit once, but having won it, what that really means now.
For our club to win the Champions League is something incredible. But in perspective for the Champions League, so how many teams won one Champions League? Just one. A lot. But there is a lot won 2, a lot won 3, a lot won 4, a lot won 5. There is one team won a lot. So in perspective of the Champions League, we didn't do anything special. It just won. So, but for us, of course, if the club didn't have it and be part of that, is incredible proud of.
You know, I take my hat off to him. I like that. You know, winning it once, yeah, sure, fine. We're delighted to have done it. Doesn't mean that much. You got to be a serial winner of the Champions League. Then people sit up and take notice.
Well, it's the right message to send. The reality is they've been at the latter end of the Champions League for the last four years, and you know they've been really consistent in it. But that doesn't matter. He's right. He's saying that winning it more than once, people start talking about you as a great side. When Madrid did it recently, I think they did 3 or 4 on the spin, but he's trying to motivate the players to go again. And that's what you do as a manager.
And is that why you would consistently put Liverpool ahead of City in terms of standing, because Liverpool have won it so often?
Well, Liverpool's history is greater because of their success over elongated
protracted period of time,
Yeah.
So Pep is right here, Simon, I think.
Of course he's right. But that's here speaks somebody that doesn't take things in the way that certain segments of the media would suggest, that ultimately we need to really celebrate what we've done. He is a winner that will now be looking at the reality of, how do I win the next Champions League? Because I didn't come here to win one. I'm not grateful for it. He's not grateful for winning it. It's priced in.
He
was brought in to win the Champions League. About bloody time they did.
They could win it again.
Right.
Yeah.
So now what you do is you don't go, if you're this sort of mindset, oh, we're grateful for that, you go, right, what's next? That's what winning teams do.
Yeah.
That's what elite teams
do. That's what he does.
But there's no doubt.
Did it twice against Manchester United.
There's no doubt that City are the most remarkable football team. There's no doubt that their achievements are up there, and actually exceeding history, because nobody has won X amount of Premier Leagues in a row. So they're already writing history. The question will abound is, what does it take to turn them into a legacy football club?
Exactly. But
And
you often criticise their iconography, because if they start becoming serial winners of this competition, then Manchester City will go up in your estimation
that's
now,
right.
and you won't be able to harp on at them having next to no history.
No, of course, generationally, it'll take them a significant period of time to unseat, usurp, or be at the same position as Real Madrid, as Bayern Munich, as Liverpool, as Manchester United, and whether Man City fans like that or not is irrelevant. The point is that it will take Red Bull a lifetime to eclipse Ferrari in the minds of people that look at football clubs around the world and says, what makes an iconic football club? Not a remarkable team, which Manchester City are, an iconic football club that somehow supersede the value of what's going on at the pitch at a particular moment in time. How do Manchester United continue to pull off these ridiculous commercial deals with this world following that eclipses most football teams when their team stinks and their club's in chaos at this moment in time? Because they have this legacy, this unique heritage that's been organically grown at times. Some will say, how can it be organically grown? Because they've spent so much money, but they spent their own money. They didn't need some Middle Eastern consortium come in to lift them out of the back end of nowhere and put them into a stadium that they didn't own and build a football side that's absolutely remarkable.
Yeah.
And it will take time. If Man City continue to win, they're going to have the same challenges that Arsenal and Man United have. This fella is going to shuffle off his mortal coil at some point, whether that's literally or in his existence at Manchester City, and the next guy coming in is not going to be Pep Guardiola. So this is not going to be forever Manchester City are going to dominate this way. This is a moment in time, and that's why I think it's going to take them an inordinate amount of time to get to a point where you utter Manchester City with a different feel in the same way that you utter Liverpool and Manchester United.
An inordinate amount of time. If they win it again, we see them in a different light again.
Do you know what?
That's achievements.
If they win it this season, we'll see them in a different light. They're beginning to become serial winners in the Champions League. He already is.
Look. When you look back and you think of Manchester, when you think of Real Madrid, and you think of Liverpool, and you think of Manchester United, your mind automatically goes to tragic events in 1958 with the Busby Babes and Duncan Edwards and so on and so forth. Then your mind goes forward to George Best and Bobby Charlton, and then it lands with Alex Ferguson. When your mind goes to Man City, yes, you can pull Colin Bell out of your backside and a few other people, but you don't tend to pull too many historic achievements and too many momentous occasions. They're coming, and they will come, and Manchester City will get there.
The problem they've got, it will come, but it won't last, because he's right. It can't with Pep's the reason.
Yeah, you could argue that iconic players like Charlton and Best only won it once.
Oh, yeah, but you're differing between my observation about their achievements are remarkable. Their achievements are eclipsing people that we are saying that are football clubs that you hold up as legacy football clubs, because they are moving beyond Manchester United now. They're moving beyond Manchester United's achievements. Manchester United were a poster boy of the football world 2.0. Football changed in 1992.
Yeah,
there were 3 events that changed it: Sky, Roman Abramovich and Sheikh Mansour, and maybe the Saudis will be the 4th event. I don't think they will, but we'll see. So with all that in mind, in the era of football landing in people's minds around the world, United were the pin-ups for that. They were the poster boys for it. Arsenal were coming along, nipping at their heels, right? And then Blackburn popped up with Jack Walker, and Chelsea have come along and done whatever they've done. But it was always United. They were the ones that were almost the face of the Premier League. But their achievements are being eclipsed by Manchester City, but they still don't get uttered in the same breath. And Man City fans will say that's because it suits people. That's because people are envious.
They never will. They'll never be in the same breath as Liverpool and Man United.
They never will.
Never.
That's my view too.
What do you mean they never will? If they win the Champions League this season and maybe next,
don't matter.
They're right there.
No.
How can it not matter?
Because it takes decades of young people idolising players and the team across the planet and passing that on to their kids for them to become engrossed and ingratiated in that supporting of that club.
Pep stands to become the most serial Champions League winner individually.
Pep's a genius.
In his own right.
Pep's a genius. And Man City are an amazing football team. But they'll never be talked about in the same breath as Manchester United and Liverpool of worldwide, global football team.
Never be.
No, I don't think so.
In spite of what they achieve.
Nope.
I wouldn't say
the next decade.
I wouldn't say never, but I would say it's generationally challenging.
Yeah.
But Pep will know managing Man City has a different feel to managing Barcelona.
Or Bayern.
He'll know that. Those are different football clubs with a different feel about them, a different substance to them. And I could care less about whether Manchester United are perceived as the biggest football club. I have no dog in the fight, besides the fact that I don't like the fact that Man City haven't been held to account yet for the things that they've been alleged to have done.
Yeah, but Simon, generationally, many people listening this morning don't have a clue about Manchester United being big winners in Europe. Don't have a clue about Bobby Charlton or George Best or Brian Kidd. Don't have a clue about Beckham in the Nou Camp in 1999.
You're confusing achievements. They do, because people are not immune to history. You know, people still listen to the Beatles. People are aware of the reality of what's gone before, because it's all part of the architecture of what's going on now. And you can see it.
That's why new generations.
That's why United are out there getting these commercial deals done. What, because people like them? Because they feel a particular empathy towards Man United, or they're a charitable case? No, because they recognise that Manchester United are probably one of the most touchy-feely, iconic football brands that you can have.
Yeah, but nobody gives a damn about the big kit deals they can sign.
But
Man City have got a core group of brilliant supporters, but they don't have the mass support that Liverpool and United have got. How many times has Pep had to ask the supporters for more at home? How many times has he complained about it? A lot.
Are you telling me, though, Danny,
have you ever heard Jurgen Klopp ask for more from Liverpool fans? I need more. Doesn't do it, because he always gets it. Because everywhere you go...
That's because Manchester City are too busy winning.
He still has... even though they've been so successful, Pep has many times asked for more from the supporters, because they don't have that same... It's just not the same.
Same as Chelsea.
In terms of iconography, you're telling me this morning that Manchester City, in our lifetime, will never match the iconography of Manchester United or Liverpool.
Well, maybe not in your lifetime.
Thank you for that. I don't have long to go. But they won't match it. In terms of iconography, come on, City fans, you got to bite at that.
I tell you,
manufactured club like Chelsea, they're cut from the same cloth.
A manufactured club.
Owned by billionaires.
City fans, you're listening to
this.
They
are the whims of two individuals that decided to rock into English football and change the direction of travel of two football clubs. One of them that was playing Gillingham or Chesterfield in a Division 2 playoff
in the years to come,
5 or 6 years previous, or 10 years previous.
If they win the Champions League maybe once or twice again, will they start in your eyes having the iconography that United and Liverpool have got?
They'll be lauded for having a remarkable team.
They'll be looked on.
Can't believe this.
They will be talked about for decades as one of the best teams we've ever seen.
Absolutely right.
Yes.
That is different.
And deservedly so.
Deservedly so, because what they do on a football pitch is beyond belief.
All right, but United get bigger kit deals. Big deal.
United have got a bigger
They've
global
got,
footprint.
They've got a stadium that the fans keep on telling us is a dump.
They've got and besides all of that, they still operate in the hearts of minds of broadcasters around the world as one of the core propositions of the Premier League that we must have.
You're always totally seduced by Manchester United.
No, I'm not.
Totally.
I'm just calling it for what it is.
Okay.
And I think Liverpool aren't far behind.
There's a difference between measuring
Rob
success
says
on
Danny's
the...
right. Authenticity is everything. I get that, Rob, but City are getting there. They're
I think we've got to be careful. This not to misinterpret what we're saying about City's achievements on the pitch and what they're doing, which is going to be
back now.
No, that's going to be historic because it's on paper. Look, they've won this X amount of times, and if they keep winning Champions League, it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. But to have that global support and that see, when Liverpool went to their last Champions League final and ended up with the one against Tottenham in Madrid, and they end up with 60,000, 70,000 Liverpool fans over there. Not going to happen with City. You didn't see City fans not being able to get in the stadium in the.
Well, let's put it out there. Will City ever match the iconography of Liverpool and Manchester United? Will they ever
put it out
get
there all you
there?
like? No is the answer.
Danny says no. Simon is saying no because Simon's totally seduced by Manchester United, the brand. Let me know what you think. And the kit deals. Big deal. The kit deals.
Jim White and Simon Jordan. Monday to Friday mornings from 10 on AM, on DAB, via the TalkSPORT app and on your smart speaker. TalkSPORT.